It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. And away we go. T. And Jimmy Butler, wide open look, won't go.
Look, sometimes it takes a little while to get into the flow of the game. During the next timeout or during the next break in action, take the ball, go shoot it. See the ball go through the net a couple of times.
ISO.
Inside, he scores.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
It's Minnesota basketball. Taj Gibson. Has a look. T, a shot, no good. Giannis with it up top. Lead is 2. Antetokounmpo, he connects off the step back.
There's a reason they call him the Greek Freak. With his ball skills, pretty good. With his height, 6'11". His athleticism, 40-inch vertical plus. And he's most dangerous in transition, which is probably the reason why he had an MVP caliber year with career highs and...
We know what's coming. Go get him.
Substitutions, Milwaukee. Substitutions, Minnesota.
To Middleton. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Rose into the front court. Down just a couple. Off the assist.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Bucks at the controls. Can't connect. Has to know what's a good shot and what isn't.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Number 23, Jimmy Butler.
Defense, let's go.
No good. To Wiggins. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. Now a whistle, and we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Knocked loose. Taken by the Wolves. Butler to bring it up. Up 5. Butler. And the nice finish at the rim.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
To Middleton. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Butler to Wiggins. Nothing going here on that drive. Wiggins. And that one out of bounds off the buck. Rose. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Short jumper won't fall.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Knocked loose. And the basket good at the rim.
You know, every time I watch Jimmy Buckets, the tenacity he plays with on the defensive end, it just reconfirms the fact that he's been named an All-Star 4 times. He shot a career best 47% from the field in 2017-18. So when you think about trying to lock him up, you have to limit his touches, and you have to force him to catch the ball with his back to the basket. Make him put the ball down on the ground and make contested shots, because if you don't, Jimmy Butler will cut you apart.
From the painted area, won't go down.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Butler knocks it down off the step back.
You know, Jimmy Buckets really has an inspiring story. From being homeless at the age of 13 before moving in with a friend, reads like a basketball version of The Blind Side. That grit has become the fabric of his DNA. From Tyler Junior College to Marquette to the 30th pick in the first round. Are you kidding me? To where he is now, Jimmy Buckets has had to earn every inch that this game has given him.
Good sign that time, Jay, as they going to go down. But now let's see if they can get a stop on the other end.
If you're looking at this game like you're looking at your week, it's the first quarter, which means that it's Monday. It's early. Just because you had a bad Monday doesn't mean you can't have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Were you the kind of person who always had that case of the Mondays?
No, it's always Friday, my friend.
That's the way to do it. Minnesota at the controls. Rose. To Wiggins. A lot of contact. No whistle.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
Baseline drive. Denied at the rim. That one's going to be out of bounds. Got a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
And scores.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Straight on 3. At the buzzer. We played one at Target Center with the Timberwolves on top. Jay and I return to Minneapolis after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. The Bucks at the controls. Antetokounmpo. Wolves have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Butler into the front court. The lead stands at 10. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead. Giannis in control of the basketball. His guys currently down by 13. Curling inside. Good. Off a spin.
This game is so mental. Trust me, some nights you get poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
To Towns, down low. Oh, that's 3 seconds. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 13, Malcolm Brogdon.
Bledsoe slams it down.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor to Butler. Here comes the screen. Butler. The shot by Butler? No.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before.
We got this. Let's go.
Substitutions, Minnesota. For the Bucks, number 31, John.
Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe. Antetokounmpo to Brogdon. Antetokounmpo can't connect. Wiggins. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Antetokounmpo. Short jumper off the mark.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Bucks basketball. Antetokounmpo to Brogdon. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
And finishes strong.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Bledsoe with the basketball. His team down 9. He connects. Not the guy you think would beat you.
The assist from number 6, Eric Bledsoe.
Jones with it. His team up by 7. And stuffs it home.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Bledsoe with it up top. They trail by 7. Not that time.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's the player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Bledsoe shot misses. To T. Runner's good there.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Milwaukee with the basketball. Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Antetokounmpo. Shot misses there for Antetokounmpo. Jones with it. The lead is 11. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Brogdon to Bledsoe. Nice swat that time.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Inside, he scores.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Bucks at the controls. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Deep three at the buzzer. That's it for the first half. It's the Timberwolves in front.
The Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Timberwolves didn't hold back in that opening half when it came to their offense. The way they play here today makes me think it's not going to stop in the upcoming half. I'm very impressed by their offense, and even better, their team chemistry. These are the guys getting buckets for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Bucks were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring. Have a look at the leading scores for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Game track. Bench points.
The Milwaukee Bucks had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game. Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe to Antetokounmpo. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
unable to connect on the free throw. Teague with it up top. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. And that one.
We know what's coming. Go get him.
Substitutions, Milwaukee. Substitutions, Minnesota.
Rose on the drive, but it won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss his shot. That's great defense.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Here comes the screen to Lopez. Can't connect from in close. Stuffs it down with authority. There's a toughness he learned under Tibbs at 2 stops, and no question, that rubs off on younger players.
There is something that Jimmy Butler does that no other player in the NBA does. He gets into your psyche. He gets into your head each and every possession. He enjoys the process of the fight. Every single blow. There is a pleasure in the paint.
Great feed. Throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
The Bucks at the controls. To Middleton. Probing the defense. Short jumper stays out.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
To Middleton. Tough make through traffic.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Bucks basketball. Here comes the screen. To Middleton. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. 24-second violation. Butler. Rejected.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Passed it off. Middleton. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
Oh, I like what you're doing right now. It looks like you're running some DHOs into PNRs. That's dribble handoffs into pick and rolls. You keep running that action, you're constantly going to keep the defense guessing.
I got ball.
Jimmy Butler for 2. And scores. Nice move, Jay.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Rims out. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
The Timberwolves have the basketball. To Middleton.
Screen.
Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game. T-Wolves with the basketball. Rose. Got it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Middleton. Good look that time, but off the mark. To the rim. Nice pass to set things up.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Middleton. From the painted area, won't go down. The follow won't go either. Follows his own shot with that one. Nice follow-up. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time. Gets off the three. At the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. The Timberwolves enjoying the advantage. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Timberwolves have the basketball. Butler to Gibson. Taj Gibson above the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Goes to the left side. Middleton. And he drains it.
Closing out or contesting his shot is a really bad idea because now the offense knows they can extend you away from the basket, and that's away from your original position as being a help defender.
Butler. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo shot no good.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Milwaukee with the basketball. To Antetokounmpo. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
Giannis reminds me of Kevin Durant, and obviously their relationship has evolved even to the point where publicly KD gave him advice, and that was to play for himself. You think about the similarities, KD playing at OKC before he left for a bigger market in Golden State could be similar to the fate that of Giannis. But Giannis is a guy born of Nigerian parents, from Greece, loves small market towns, has a crack in his cell phone, likes to push a shopping cart down the aisle like anybody else. But it doesn't matter because the lights can shine bright for wherever Giannis decides to play.
And that one.
From the start, let's do it.
Entering the game for the Bucks, number 44, Tyler Zelda. Entering the game.
T to Butler. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Bucks at the controls. Antetokounmpo to Brogdon. Teague with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Here comes the screen.
2 minutes left in the
Butler curling inside. Stuffs it down with authority.
But did you see the way he was able to do it, Ed? Did you see him constantly probe the defense by maintaining his dribble? Ultimately, if you keep your eyes on all the other defenders, they will lose track of where the ball is. That's where you slip a quick pass in for an easy dime.
Teague with it up top. His guys up by 15. Stuffs it down with authority.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe. Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe. From long range. That's how it's done.
Consistency wins a game. Sometimes you have to double down. I'm sure that's what their coach told them to do in the locker room. Keep shooting your shot.
Teague with the basketball. They lead it by 14. Here comes the screen. Butler. Inside, he scores.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Minnesota with the basketball. Butler. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Butler to bring it up. His guys leading by 14. Butler. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Missed the second. 0 for 2. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither.
All right.
It's a victory for the Timberwolves. They're now 2-0 in this young season. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Timberwolves put one in the win column with a solid performance. And it takes a lot of physicality to score the ball in the paint the way they did here today. They showed the strength and toughness needed to win the hard way. Check out the leading scores for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Bucks put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a view of the upcoming games for the Minnesota Timberwolves. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves getting set to match up with the New York Knicks. All right, here we go. T to Butler. Inside, he scores.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Let's see what the Knicks can do here. To Mikal Bridges. Probing the defense. Baseline drive. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
You see, Ed, that's the problem. When you have guys on the perimeter that can shoot the...
We got this. Let's go.
Substitutions, Minnesota.
I got him. I got ball. I got ball. I got ball. I got ball. That's me.
Rose. Almost. And he's not getting the call.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Rose into the front court. Down just a couple. Whoa! What a finish!
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
The possession lies with New York. To Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish. Man, that was sweet.
It's all about that first step, and it's all about angles. Look at the way he got his shoulders through the angle of the defender. That first step was great, but those shoulders getting through, that was the difference.
Burke with it. He'll run the offense. To Porzingis. Nice swat that time.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Rose into the front court. Looking to make something happen. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Cantor. Cantor with a shot that won't fall.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
Possession lies with New York. To Mikal Bridges. Screen coming.
Hey, screen.
Take stock of the floor. Not that time. Wiggins to Butler. Oh, emphatic slam.
This has been a good first quarter for him so far. That wasn't an easy shot, but he was able to knock it down and add to their lead.
Burke with it. Now down 6.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Rose into the front court. Up by 6. Butler. Blocked away.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Hustle pays off. They've got the possession. Derrick Rose slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Cantor. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit him where it hurts.
Rose into the front court. Up 6. Nice pass to get things going.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
To Cantor. Cantor shot off the mark.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now,
Stuffs it down with authority.
that's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Burke with it. Trailing by 10. Lays it up and in.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's Minnesota basketball. Rose. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
And hits the first free throw. Fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
See, these are the type of opportunities the defense doesn't take advantage of. When that guy went up for that dunk, he cradled the ball to gain momentum. As soon as he brings that ball back to you in the cradle, you have to have active hands get in there, strip that ball away.
Got a piece.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Trying to cash in. He connects off the step back. Now a 3 at the buzzer, and it's off the rim. Came so close to draining that one from 3/4 court, but that'll do it for this opening period. We played one at Target Center with the Timberwolves on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. New York in control of the basketball. Ntilikina. Probing the defense. look out.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Butler to bring it up. The lead stands at 9. Butler. And counted at the rim.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
Ntilikina. Oh, he had him there for a second. Knocked loose. And the finish at the rim.
This game is so mental. Trust me. Some nights you give poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
Flushes it home. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Screen coming.
Screen left.
To Ntilikina.
Watch the cut. Watch the cut.
Has a look. And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does two things. Number one, it creates distance in a hurry. Number two, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is the difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of the shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. New blood coming in for both sides.
Stepping in for New York, number 6.
Ntilikina to Porzingis. Oh, that's rejected by Towns.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Butler can't get his shot to fall. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play.
Hey, this is our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Substitutions, Minnesota. Subbing in for the New York Knicks, number 13.
To Teague. Has a chance. Teague, a shot, no good.
You know, as a shooter, you recognize that was good defense. But that's more on you than it is the defense. Challenge yourself to get the ball back and continue to be aggressive.
Able to convert inside.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
T-Wolves with the basketball. T. And that one is out. Ntilikina into the front court. Down 6. Here comes the screen.
That's up, baby. Hey, watch the screen left.
T.
Shot, that's for it.
Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
Much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Jones with it. Leads 4 to Rose. Here comes the screen. Rose. And finishes strong. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Knicks with the basketball. Ntilikina, deep left corner.
2 minutes left in
To Lee.
the quarter.
Ntilikina.
Great.
4-3 is good.
There it goes in. The fact of the matter is some players aren't taking that shot on a regular basis, but still have the confidence to make them when you need them to.
Team. Rose. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2.
Oh, that's gas.
New York Knicks basketball. Ntilikina. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Count the bucket for 2.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
The shot denied by Towns.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Ntilikina with the basketball. His team down 9. Lee. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Minnesota with the basketball.
Great, I got your help.
And the finish. Jay, that was unguardable.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Hand in his face, still hits. You don't see that very often.
When miracles happen, you accept it and you're thankful. But you don't expect it all the time.
We've reached halftime with the Timberwolves out in front. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Timberwolves entered the locker room with a comfortable lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Knicks would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Blocks.
The Minnesota Timberwolves have been making the kind of defensive impact that can affect the team mentally. After a lot of those blocks, you'll start to see guys more hesitant and second-guessing shot opportunities.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip it. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2.
to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Hey, it's our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Substitutions, Minnesota. Substitutions.
Butler to Rose. Goes reverse to lay it in.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Nothing going here on that drive. Lee. Shot by Lee, no good. Butler into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Inside, he scores.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in think you can get more at the rim.
Ntilikina. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
The Timberwolves have the basketball. Rose curling inside, slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Oh!
And it's not just about blocking shots, it's about the physicality of the game. How about on all these down screens, your bigs are bumping these guys off the screen, allowing you to catch up to the play defensively. That's why you're playing so well.
Wiggins. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Watch that cutter.
Ntilikina. Here comes the screen. Ntilikina for 3. Defense taking a page from Ntilikina. Missed the 3. Rose into the front court. It's an 11-point game. Rose. Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Let's see what the Knicks can do here. And he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed, when you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble. Look at all your options. Number 1, a hezi. Look at the rim. Defender jumps, you blow by him. Number 2, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came from to throw the defender off. Or number 3, a raise into an easy jump shot. It's easy when you have this bag of tricks.
And when the game's on the line, that's arguably when it's most dangerous. Can't convert the free throw. Ntilikina into the front court. 14-point deficit. Ntilikina. The drive right to the basket. He got a piece.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball. Especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Wiggins. Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
The possession lies with New York. to Ntilikina. Sizing up the defense. Ntilikina with a shot, no good. Butler to bring it up. His guys holding the big lead. Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
It's good. Something tells me they'll give him that shot again.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Rose into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. Wiggins to Rose. They'll go to Butler down low. Oh, emphatic slam.
Jimmy Butler's made such an impact on this young Timberwolves team. A guy with a blue-collar mentality shows up to practice early and stays late. And obviously we saw that in the fact that the Minnesota Timberwolves made the playoffs for the first time last year since 2004.
Lee, and he hits.
Today's league just throws that old school stuff out of the window. Why have twos when you can shoot threes, even on fast breaks? Guys spread out towards the three-point line instead of laying the ball easy at the rim.
Shot from the lane won't go. Denied at the rim.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Ntilikina with a shot, no good. Butler into the front court. The lead is 12. Tough make through traffic.
You know, every time I watch Jimmy Buckets, the tenacity he plays with on the defensive end, it just reconfirms the fact that he's been named an All-Star 4 times. He shot a career best 47% from the field in 2017-18. So when you think about trying to lock him up, you have to limit his touches, and you have to force him to catch the ball with his back to the basket. Make him put the ball down on the ground and make contested shots, because if you don't, Jimmy Butler will cut you apart.
Rose to Wiggins. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And I think I speak for Minnesota Timberwolves fans everywhere. We're still waiting to see if the real Andrew Wiggins wants to step up and go to the next level. He averaged 18 points per game last year, but that was a drop back from the year before. For a guy being drafted #1 overall, expectations are sky high.
Sheer strength to slam it down. He ran right through the gauntlet.
You see, Ed, that's the problem. When you have guys on the perimeter that can shoot the basketball defensively, you're taught to hedge at the driver and then stay home, which leaves the lane wide open for great jams like that.
That'll do it. Third quarter complete. The Timberwolves enjoying the advantage. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Butler, nice pass to set things up. And the finish, slam dunk. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
And a throwdown.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Teague with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Screen coming. Butler. He throws it down.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Knocked loose. And this will be out of bounds. Off of Butler. It'll stay New York basketball. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Entering the game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, number
Hardaway. To Mikal Bridges. Trying to cash in. And Minnesota claims the rebound. Wiggins to Gibson. From the painted area, won't go down. Hardaway to Porzingis. And stuffs it home.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Butler to bring it up. He'll run the offense.
Here we go.
Wiggins to Butler. To Wiggins. Curling inside. T knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
Free throws up and perfect.
Let's go, boy. Catch me out.
Possession lies with New York. To Mikal Bridges. Fires the three. Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. New York in control of the basketball. To Cantor. Count the two for KP at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
And the slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Burke with it. His guys down big to Porzingis. And throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Butler into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Big finish at the rim. Now the coach of the Knicks going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Neely Kina to Cantor. And the denial.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
And scores. There's a toughness he learned under Tibbs at 2 stops, and no question, that rubs off on younger players.
There is something that Jimmy Butler does that no other player in the NBA does. He gets into your psyche. He gets into your head each and every possession. He enjoys the process of the fight. Every single blow. There is a pleasure in the pain.
And scores. Strong take.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Knicks with the basketball. Neely Kina to Porzingis. Knicks with 4 to shoot to Porzingis. Their shot by Porzingis.
You know, as a shooter, you recognize that was good defense. But that's more on you than it is the defense. Challenge yourself to get the ball back and continue to be aggressive.
just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Porzingis to Ntilikina. To Porzingis. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Going to launch beyond the arc. Frank Ntilikina with that long reach extends for the 3.
There it goes in. The fact of the matter is some players aren't taking that shot on a regular basis, but still have the confidence to make them when you need them to.
Including the fan favorite throwback jerseys. Get one for yourself before they're all gone.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. T cleans it up. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
New York Knicks basketball. To Cantor. Driving right to the basket. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Missed the foul shot. T to Butler. Here comes the screen. Butler to Towns. No good to Butler. Down low. Cleaning the offensive glass. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Gets off the 3. At the buzzer. It's a victory for the Timberwolves. They continue their unbeaten run. Red hot to start the season. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Timberwolves were solid in today's victory. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Knicks didn't get the victory they wanted here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you can tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Assists.
The Minnesota Timberwolves showed off the kind of team chemistry that coaches love to see from their players. The more they moved the ball, it showed how much they trust each other. In the end, they got to win, and it looked like they had a great time doing it.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game.
Who was gold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.
Just off the 405 freeway in downtown Los Angeles. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, between the Laker girls, the purple and gold, all the banners, all the celebs, you better stay focused.
Ed, are you reading my mind right now? There's a reason why I'm late to the game. Those Hollywood parties, nothing better. But let's get it on the court.
No distractions here tonight. Let's do this thing. The Lakers begin the game with the basketball. Ball to James. Ball deep left corner. Kuzma to James. With the flush, taking on all comers.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Butler to Towns. T to Towns. Towns with a shot. That won't go.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you every single possession.
To James. And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Minnesota with the basketball. T to Towns. Just not going down. Lonzo with it. 2-point advantage. Ball to James. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten there. The follow won't go either.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
T, a shot, no good. Caldwell Pope to James. Here comes the screen. Ball shot off the mark.
It's so important to instill confidence in your best player. I know he missed a shot earlier, but that doesn't mean that you can't run the same exact play and let him prove he's the player he thinks he is, and we all know he is.
Lakers at the controls right now. James to Ball. Takes stock of the floor. And that's...
Here we go. Here we go.
Substitutions. Minnesota. Into the game for Gabon. Number 15, Brandon Ingram.
Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Inside, he scores.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
A pass down low to Beasley. From the painted area, won't go down. Jones with it. Leads a bucket. That's going to be out of bounds. Lakers ball. To Josh Hart. Curling inside. Oh!
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Here's a chance from long range. Not getting the bounce. The follow won't go either. Has a chance. Not that time.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To Stevenson. To Beasley. 5 on the shot clock. That's no good. Jones with it. They lead it. 4-point game. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
First free throw is good.
Comes right back to you.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Los Angeles, they have it. To Josh Hart. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
To Beasley. To Stevenson. Throws it down. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
T-Wolves with the basketball. T. Lakers have it. To Almost, and he's not getting the call.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Got some for him.
Hart. Ref blows the whistle, and he calls a 5-second back to the basket violation. Nice pass to set things up.
Ooh, I like that.
First quarter in the books. It's the Timberwolves in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Rose flushes it home. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds with the agilities of a guard. He can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
Into the front court comes Rondo. They find themselves down 10. James. Shot from the lane won't go. Rose into the front court. The lead stands at 10. To Wiggins. Oh, it's blocked by Ingram.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Sizing up the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. To James. 4-3. Smothering D.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. Rose into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Rose. Rebound LeBron. Here's Rondo with it. Down 8. Rondo. Rondo's shot won't go down.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Knocked loose. Oh, and Wiggins up to block the shot. And it's blocked by Gibson. And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Number 32, Karl Anthony Towns. Entering the game for the Los Angeles Lakers. Number
Timberwolves have the basketball. T to Rose. To T. Screen coming. T. The jumper's off the mark. Oh, that's rejected by Towns. Knocked loose.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Teague with it up top. His team on top by 8. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
The free throw, good. And they add one more to the lead. It's up to 11. Lonzo Ball brings it up the floor. Here comes the screen. The shot denied by Towns.
Ooh, he blocked that with authority.
To Teague. Lays it up and in.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Teague. Doesn't get the bounce. To Butler. The pass set it all up.
You know, Jimmy Buckets really has an inspiring story. From being homeless at the age of 13 before moving in with a friend, reads like a basketball version of The Blind Side. That grit has become the fabric of his DNA. From Tyler Junior College to Marquette to the 30th pick in the first round, are you kidding me? To where he is now, Jimmy Buckets has had to earn every inch that this game has given him.
Now a timeout here for the Timberwolves, as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes. Butler to Towns. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit and...
Can't convert the free throw. Teague with the basketball. The advantage is 13 points. To Towns. Teague. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Ball to James. To Kyle Kuzma. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Lonzo Ball with the rock. To James. And they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Oops, he missed the first one. Missed the second one as well. Teague with it up top. His guys holding the big lead. Teague. Shot by Teague. Won't go down. Second effort. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
And look out. Now a three at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando as we go from Jay to Jalen. It's Jalen Rose with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Timberwolves entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. Have a look at the leading scores for the Lakers. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Teague with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Butler to Wiggins. For three. Not that time. He missed it. LeBron into the front court. His guys down big. James. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. The follow won't go either. To Towns. Inside, he scores.
And you're allowed 2 steps after you pick the basketball up. It doesn't matter which feet you step with, but 2 counts.
LBJ has it.
Let's cut.
To Caldwell Pope. James. Down for McGee. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Teague with it up top. He'll run the offense. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day, and they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball.
LeBron into the front court. Down a bundle. Screen coming. Ball to James. Taken by the Wolves. Towns. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Blocked by Butler.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Kyle Kuzma. Offensive board. Knocked loose. Wolves have it. Wiggins to Teague. It's Kuzma up to block the shot.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Good on the layup.
This is a statement game for this unit. This defense has generated a lot of easy offense. And the one thing we know in the league, easy offense is hard to come by.
Curling inside. No good. And no foul. Another follow. Stays out. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Our thanks go to those who have already participated in this community event.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 67, Taj Gibson. Subbing in,
T to Butler.
number 14, Brandon Ingram.
Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
And that...
Hey, it's our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Substitutions, Minnesota. Into the game for the Lakers. Number 11, Michael Beasley.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
To Kyle Kuzma. Scores from the post.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want it.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Stevenson. A pass down low to Beasley. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul. T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Off the mark at the line. Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 quarters down as the Timberwolves enjoy a nice cushion so far. It's been a compelling game so far. The 4th quarter is underway. Lonzo controls the offense. To James. Nice finish at the rim.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Ball with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Here's James. Knocks down a tough shot. Now a smothering defense.
If I just scored a bucket like that, oh, you can be sure we're running that play the next possession, the possession after that, and the possession after that. We call that exploitation time.
Butler, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Minnesota at the controls. Rose to Butler. 3-second violation. New blood coming in for both sides.
Into the game, number 15.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I remember my high school coach said, one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2. There's a toughness he learned under Tibbs at 2 stops, and no question, that rubs off on younger players.
There is something that Jimmy Butler does that no other player in the NBA does. He gets into your psyche. He gets into your head each and every possession. He enjoys the process of the fight. Every single blow. There is a pleasure in the pain.
It's Minnesota basketball. Rose to Butler. Here comes the screen. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. To Josh Hart.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Trying to cash in. Hard shot, no good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
The Wolves down to 4 in the shot clock. And Jimmy Butler. Butler with a shot, no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Minnesota with the basketball. Butler. Oh, emphatic slam. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative. Because right now, the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Knocked loose. JaVale McGee to Josh Hart. Beyond the arc for 3. That one off the mark. It's no good. Off the assist.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. T-Wolves with the basketball.
Screen coming your way. Screen coming your way.
Butler. Blocked away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
From the painted area, won't go down. Butler. Count it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Josh Hart.
Coming up. Left.
Beasley. Shot by McGee, no good.
One ball, one ball.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Jimmy Butler's made such an impact on this young Timberwolves team. A guy with a blue-collar mentality, shows up to practice early and stays late. And obviously we saw that in the fact that the Minnesota Timberwolves made the playoffs for the first time last year since 2004.
It's a victory for the Timberwolves. They can...
The Timberwolves were simply amazing in this contest. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
1.